You guys, I just got home from spending 2.5 weeks with my parents. And if you know me and you know my situation, that is unprecedented. Do you hear me? Unprecedented. All right? Like, my parents' house, it's like a pressure cooker. 1 minute, everything's fine. The next minute, screaming match. And as I'm starting this new series called 12 Learnings in 12 Months, I'm realizing that January's learning is that absence is the lesson. Absence speaks louder than words. And there's a couple ways I feel like this month specifically that apply. So we finna jump right into it and spill all the tea, okay? Now, if you've been following my content for the last month or so, you would know that I'm an eldest Capricorn daughter that decided to spend Christmas 4,000 miles away from my family in Paris. I spent Christmas completely alone. I had Christmas lunch at a brasserie around the street from my house, party of one. And that was a very, very big deal for me. I had never done anything like that, but I think that should just show you how bad holidays had gotten to the point where I wasn't willing to sacrifice days and celebrations and holidays that are extremely important to me. Doing the very emotionally laborious task of being at my parents' house. I have a very tenuous relationship with my mother. She is like the barometer in the room. When she's happy, we can be happy. When she's mad, we're all uncomfortable. It's always been like that through my entire childhood. We've tried going through family therapy where I have explained my boundaries over and over and over and over and over. But one very important thing that my therapist said is that nobody is going to respect boundaries that have no consequences. And I realized I was yapping over and over, saying over and over, these are my boundaries, these are my boundaries, these are my boundaries. Don't disrespect me. Don't raise your voice at me. Please respect my opinion. Let me put my voice in the room. Like all of those sort of things. And it was just constantly being ignored. And I finally had to put my foot down and say, okay, if I don't want to be screamed at on Christmas Day, at Christmas dinner, I'm going to have to spend Christmas by myself. I don't think I have the strength to just sit at my house. So where am I going to go? My favorite place in the world, Paris, France. Flew to Paris. Spent Christmas by myself. Spent New Year's with my friends. And this is all unprecedented. Like, these holidays are sacred. And I say all of that to say absence was the lesson. I had to stop yapping and start leaving. And I think a lot of us like to think like, oh, I have a strict program, and we apply that to men. But a lot of times we're yapping and sharing our boundaries, and there's no consequences when those boundaries are ignored. And it's not just about men. It's about a strict program for men and your family and your friends and anybody who has a place in your life. And I'm realizing that there is so much power in absence. And the reason why I say that is because I, after spending a month and a half away from my family, come back and I'm able to spend 2.5 weeks with them. No arguments. Not one. Well, maybe one. And that was definitely that lady's fault. Y'all, we in the middle of a freeze. We have limited resources, limited bread, limited canned food, limited water, limited everything. She out there using our resources to feed the deer. Now, what type of sense did that make? So that's the only argument we got into, but it was necessary. Because how you out there using our last loaf of bread to feed those niggas instead of your family? Like, the priorities were out of line. I don't know what to tell you. But for 2.5 weeks, I had the time of my life at my parents' house. It was beautiful. I had one of the best birthdays of my life. Calm, fun, engaged, leaned in, like we spent actual time together. It wasn't just everybody doing their own thing, therefore we didn't argue. We were together. We were watching movies. We were watching TV shows. We was watching Elementary together. We was watching my mom loves Gunsmoke. We was watching Gunsmoke. We were watching football games together. We were eating dinner together every night. This has never happened. That lady was calm. She was consistent. It wasn't a roller coaster. I've never seen anything like that in my life because usually there's a screaming match within 48 hours of me walking in the door. I'm shocked. And this just shows me absence speaks louder than words. The absence made her realize, oh, Doc, I'm losing her. I'm losing her. You know what I'm saying? I'm shaken to my core. This was such a big lesson for me. You have the power to walk away. If it's not serving you, walk away. Stop yapping. Start leaving. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? And this all started with this girl on TikTok. And honestly, she looked really young. I'm surprised she's this wise to be this young. But basically, she was dating this guy for 2.5 years. Very publicly. He was all over her TikTok, all over her Instagram, all that, right? She basically saw something very weird that he retweeted, which was basically like, it's so hard being in a relationship where you don't feel catered to, where you feel disrespected, or where your partner doesn't feel grateful, something like that, right? Then she starts going down a long line of his reposts, and it's things like, hoes just ain't the same no more. What do you mean? What are you saying? What are these retweets? So the next day she goes to him and she's like, hey, is there something that we need to talk about? Because I'm seeing all these reposts and I'm not getting it. Like, I'm not understanding. You asked me to come here and move in with you. You asked to provide for me. You asked to take care of me while I was in nursing school. Like, what's going on? Like, are we good? And he's like, oh, you're giving me a headache. Stop. You're giving me a headache, right? Completely brushes her off. She said, okay, I'm giving you a headache. I'm giving you a headache. Let me give you one you'll never recover from. And y'all, on his birthday, she left him. Left that man, packed her and flew out to her parents' house. Left. He's calling her 100 times. No caller ID. 100 times. He's blocked. He's getting his parents to call her. His mom's texting. Please answer the phone. Please. He's hoping to, sending pictures, videos, all this stuff. Right? He's losing it. And that isn't surprising to me, because oftentimes men don't appreciate you till you're gone. But what was the most surprising thing to me was her parents' response, who are older Haitian immigrants, right? And her mom had so much to say about this, about how you have to train a man and you can't just let him go after the first mess up. I had to train your dad so much. And if I would have left, after the first mess up, you wouldn't be here. She said, well, maybe I shouldn't be here. She's like, please, you just have to teach him, show him the way. She said, my absence is the lesson. Ooh, clocked. Your absence is the lesson. Stop yapping. Start leaving. Damn. So that's the first lesson. Now, we can also apply this politically. We have seen some horrific events happening in the United States for as long as I can remember. It's not like this is anything new. But more recently, we have seen a certain agency going completely rogue. U.S. citizens, you know what I mean? ICU nurse, works at the VA, white man. They unloaded a clip into that man. Unloaded a clip. Now, where am I going with this? Why is this relevant? I'm seeing a lot of people, a lot of previously politically apathetic people. It's like this happens on a 5-year news cycle. You know, it was George Floyd, all of a sudden, Black Spare, right? But we're now, 5 years later, seeing politically apathetic people lean in. Because guess what? Insulated people see themselves reflected in this story. They see how easily this could have been them. You know what I mean? They couldn't see it with Philando Castile. They couldn't see it with Breonna Taylor. They couldn't see it with Ahmaud Arbery. They couldn't see it with, they couldn't see that. But now that they see themselves, they're like, oh my God, this is unprecedented. We have to do something about it, right? And I saw this really interesting video where this white guy on Instagram was like, okay, Black people, we get it. We need you now. Oh, you need us now. Listen, Black women turned out and voted at a 92% rate against DT. This man told you what he was finna do. This man told you what he was going to do. Y'all just didn't think it applied to you. And now that the violence that was being exacted against the Black community is spilling over to your community, Hispanic communities, white communities, now it's unprecedented. Now it's crazy. And now y'all want us to tap in and organize protests and mobilize and use our physical bodies to help you protest a system that you funded and engineered and voted for? I don't know about that, friend. I'm not sure about that. I know for me, yes, I called both of my senators. Yes, I'll be doing the blackout, but you're not gonna see me in these streets. Because also, I think one thing that y'all are forgetting is that this rogue agency is just a symptom. Y'all are calling it the problem, but it's the symptom of a much wider scope of brutality. Y'all are just only noticing it because it's happened to somebody that looks like you, but we've been saying this for years. Been saying this for literal years. So how does this relate to the learning of absence is a lesson? We not clocking in. At least not yet. We're not clocking in. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Continue to protest. But what you're going to see is that it takes time and effort and sacrifice and a lot of times bloodshed to make any level of change. How do you think we went from chains to this? Blood was spilled. Y'all talking about not my America, huh? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? I don't understand. And so until you feel the wrath of this system the way that we have, I don't think we willing to clock in, friend. Not in the way that y'all are wanting us to. And y'all are feeling it. Y'all need us because you don't know how to mobilize. You're not underrepresented in the way that we have. We have hundreds of years on our resume of protests and civil unrest, but also of waiting for reform that comes too late and incomplete. We know that our bodies are the down payment for reform that comes too late and incomplete. We're not willing to clock in. And y'all are seeing that and you're feeling it. It's hard to organize. It's hard to create political change, but y'all gonna have to do this one by yourselves. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Keep going. I will cheer you on. From the comfort of my home, I will call my senator. I will vote when I am supposed to vote. But as far as me, the people that look like me, my sorority sisters, all of us mobilizing in protest and putting our bodies out there, I ain't got it, friend. Absence is the lesson. Absence is a lesson. Y'all got it. We are cheering you on because we have seen this. We have mourned this. We have become grossly used to this. to the dehumanization. I think that's like the thing that y'all are seeing most is they have completely dehumanized you. And it feels disgusting, doesn't it? Being treated like you are subhuman. It doesn't feel good, does it? It hurts, doesn't it? Doesn't it? But we're going to continue to be absent because we know our absence is loud. We're not going to be the safety net. We're not going to be the moral compass that you all need. We're not going to be the Avengers that arrive after everything collapses because we're not magical. I love the Black Girl Magic movement, but we are not magical. We are not endlessly excellent. We are not obligated to save the system that extracted every ounce of humanity from us while denying our own. We want to be human, and you are seeing how the system dehumanizes you. And we want to let you feel that for a little bit, that discomfort, that dissonance. Y'all need to feel that for a little bit. We're not going to be the Black Panther that shows up at the end of the day and saves everybody from Thanos. We're not going to do that. Y'all have got it. We are opting out of this toxic cycle. And it's not apathy. It is a very quiet revolution that has been underway since November when that man was elected. Those are all of my lessons. Thank you for listening to me yap for this long. But those are all of my lessons and applications. Well, one lesson and a couple applications for the month of January. I hope you'll tune back in for February. I'm sure there'll be a lot to learn during Black History Month. But yeah, it's been an insane month coming from Paris and the calm and the slowness back to this. But I think this was such an important lesson that I needed to learn. And I'm going to start using my absence way more often. And way more quickly. You know what I mean? Okay, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.